In the magical kingdom of Wintervale, snow blankets the land year-round, creating a breathtaking frozen paradise. At the heart of this kingdom stands a magnificent snow palace, shimmering with icy spires that catch the pale morning light. The kingdom's magic is protected by the powerful Snowlight crystal, an ancient relic that maintains the delicate balance of winter's eternal reign. Princess Luma, a spirited and determined 13-year-old, is just beginning to discover the extent of her own snow powers. One bright morning, Luma is practicing her magic in the palace courtyard. She creates sparkling snow creatures to entertain the palace children, earning their delighted cheers. Seeking to impress everyone, she summons an impressive ice dragon. The dragon roars majestically but quickly spirals out of her control, crashing into a nearby tower and triggering an avalanche that thunders toward the village below. Chaos erupts in Frostbrook Village as terrified villagers scramble to escape the surging snow. Among them are two young siblings, Era and Koro, who nearly get buried by the avalanche. Luma races down the hill, struggling to halt the avalanche with her magic. Though she manages to slow it enough to save the children, the damage and panic remain. Some villagers blame the princess for the destruction, and Luma feels overwhelmed with guilt. Later that day, in the grand throne room of the Snow Palace, Queen Isolde gently but firmly rebukes her daughter. She warns Luma that great power without discipline is dangerous, reminding her that even snow, beautiful though it is, can crush without care. Luma admits she only wanted to prove herself but now understands the consequences of recklessness. That evening, after the chaos had settled, Luma sat quietly in her chamber, her hands trembling as she traced invisible patterns in the air. The weight of the day's mistakes pressed heavily on her heart. The door creaked softly, and Queen Isolde entered, her usual regal composure softened by concern. She sat beside Luma, placing a gentle hand on her daughter's shoulder. "Luma," she began, her voice low and kind, "I wasn't always a strong queen you see now. When I was your age, my magic was wild and unpredictable too. I understand your fear and your hope." Luma looked up, eyes glossy. "But I heard the village. I almost lost them." Isolde smiled faintly. "Power without control can be dangerous. Yes, but so can fear. It's okay to be afraid. What matters is that you face it and grow. That is what makes a true protector." She pulled Luma into a warm embrace. "You are not alone in this." That night, under a sky glittering with stars, Luma and Queen Isolde walked along the palace's frozen balcony. The cold air was crisp, but the glow from the Snowlight crystal softened the chill. Isolde stopped and looked at her daughter. "There's something I want to show you," she said, pulling a delicate silver necklace from beneath her cloak. It held a tiny crystal shaped like a snowflake, softly glowing. "This was my mother's," Isolde explained. "She gave it to me when I was about your age, a reminder that magic is a gift, but also a responsibility. It helped me find my way when I doubted myself. She gently fastened the necklace around Luma's neck. Luma's eyes shimmered with tears. Thank you, Mother. I want to be worthy. Isolde smiled warmly. You already are, Luma. You just have to believe it too. The next morning, in the quiet village square, Luma found Era and Coral playing near the frozen pond. The siblings paused as she approached, their expressions guarded but hopeful. Era stepped forward, holding out a small, carved snowflake pendant. We were scared yesterday, she admitted softly. But we believe in you, Princess. Coral nodded, smiling shyly. We want to help you, if you let us. Luma's heart swelled. Thank you. I promise I'll protect you both and everyone in Wintervale. They shared a quiet moment, the chilly air warmed by newfound trust and friendship. Later, Era and Coral invited Luma to join their snowball game. The three laughed as soft snowballs flew through the air, their earlier worries melting away like morning frost. Coral tossed a snowball toward Luma with a playful grin. Bet you can't catch this. Luma caught it with a sparkle of magic, making the snowball glow. How's this? Era giggled. Wow, you're getting better already. As they caught their breaths, Era confided quietly, we want to help protect Wintervale too. Maybe we can learn from you? Luma smiled, touched by their trust. Then let's promise to look out for each other no matter what. They linked hands, a small circle of friendship glowing warmly amidst the snow. That night, the Snowlight crystal pulses erratically in the palace tower. Queen Isolde watches with concern, sensing a dark force stirring. Far beneath the mountains, Obsidian, a shadow sorcerer long imprisoned in frozen darkness, awakens. Sensing the crystal's weakening magic, he vows to shatter Wintervale's eternal winter and seize its power. Meanwhile, Luma sits alone in the palace garden, staring at her hands and doubting her abilities. Her loyal companion, Frosty, a chubby, snowball-shaped penguin, encourages her, reminding her that even the mightiest ice starts as fragile water, and that she has a unique spark waiting to be shaped. Inspired but uncertain, Luma seeks guidance from her mother. Queen Isolde reveals an ancient map and tells Luma of the Heart of Ice, a lost crystal once bonded with the Snowlight crystal, said to hold the key to restoring balance. The heart lies deep within the lair of the ice worm, an ancient guardian. Determined to make amends and protect her kingdom, Luma and Frosty set out on a perilous journey through the enchanted Frostwood Forest. They glide through snow-covered trees on a magical snow glider, evading frost wolves and braving sudden snowstorms. Along the way, Luma shows newfound empathy and control over her powers, calming a wild snow spirit with kindness rather than force. Last, they reach the cavern of the ice worm, whose colossal, serpentine form coils protectively around the heart of ice. The worm questions Luma's intentions. She admits her failures and expresses her desire to learn and grow. Moved by her honesty and courage, the worm grants her the heart Upon touching it, Luma's powers transform. Her magic becomes radiant and elegant, no longer wild but controlled and pure. Back in Wintervale, Obsidian seizes his chance to strike. He invades the Snow Palace, freezing guards and corrupting the halls with his dark ice magic. The Snowlight crystal begins to crack under his assault, and the kingdom's skies darken ominously. Era and Coral find themselves trapped again, ensnared in Obsidian's shadow ice. Just as hope seems lost, Luma returns, radiant and confident. She descends from the sky, her magic glowing bright as she confronts Obsidian. Though he mocks her as a reckless child, Luma stands firm. An intense battle of ice against shadow ensues, with dazzling displays of magic lighting up the snowy courtyard. Using her new powers in the heart of ice, Luma shields the villagers and counters Obsidian's dark spells. Finally, she unleashes a powerful blast of frozen light that encases Obsidian in a crystal prison, ending his threat once and for all. With Obsidian defeated, the Snowlight crystal's light is restored, illuminating Wintervale with pure, shimmering magic. The villagers cheer as peace returns. Era and Coral hug Luma, grateful and no longer afraid. In the Snow Palace, Queen Isolde crowns Luma not just as princess, but as the kingdom's true protector, a young hero who transformed her fear and mistakes into strength and courage. As snowflakes drift gently down over the kingdom, Frosty waddles beside Luma with a grin, joking that she didn't break anything this time. Luma laughs, finally embracing her powers and her destiny as a shining light of Wintervale.
Subscribe to my channel! Subscribe to my channel! Subscribe to my channel!